You're doing this because you know that other people are ignorant about it as well. And either you're ignorant because you've never bothered to look into it, or you've bothered to look into it and you're ignoring the nuance.
Yeah. In the case of the goat thing, there's this added thing. There's an added element that our government on the federal level is involved. There's a lot of state wildlife management agencies that are involved in trying to do wild goat eradication projects on islands.
Yes.
This is something that's ongoing all the time in Hawaii and many other places where we're like out helicopter gunning.
Yeah. Explain to people how those goats got there in the first place, because this is also very weird.
A variety of ways, but a lot of things were a lot of island species. This is just one way it happens, where invasive on islands would be introduced by seafarers, whalers, who would want to establish food resources along transoceanic routes so that you could put something there and come back and get it later. Early like whalers used to come out of the American Northeast, like all those famous whaling villages in New England. You know, they would go down and stop in stop in the Galapagos or whatever and gather up tortoises that they could flip over in the hold of a boat, and the tortoise would stay alive for months on its back. You'd have like a fresh meat resource. And as people came to understand scurvy and realizing that fresh meat gives you enough vitamin C to avoid scurvy that you can get from dried meat, because the way the vitamin C behaves through the cooking and drying process, but like fresh meat you can keep from having scurvy. Meat became like even more important then. And other things get introduced in other ways. And of course, animals move, so if you have one island that has close proximity to another island, they can
swim across.
Yeah, bump over. And then it destroys native vegetation. They trample birds' nests. And so you have many cases where introductions of non-natives, particularly non-native grazing animals, non-native predators, will wind up causing like a lot of extinctions of endemic species on islands and creates all kinds of problems.
So this is an animal that must be killed. If you want healthy wildlife on that island, the native wildlife and the native fauna, the flora, all this stuff that lives there, all the stuff that's supposed to be there, you got to kill the goats. Otherwise, they'll eat everything.
But I think people look and they look and they're like, I don't buy that was the motivation of that person.
I think you're right.
Because when California got rid of mountain lion hunting, they're still killing several hundred mountain lions here a year. People are comfortable with, like, the total lion kill didn't change much. People are comfortable with the state agent or someone being paid to go out and kill lions.